Hey folks, welcome back to the shop. Today, a treat, a special, especially for me. I got a handful of tools from Klein they sent over to me to evaluate, to test out, and give you my opinions and my thoughts on the whole operation. Pardon the voice, I got a little head cold the other day and I'm still a little hollow sounding, a little echoey. I'll tell you why I got these, I'll tell you what this all went down with. My 10-piece grab and go kit. I told you on the last video or so I lost my 9/16 socket. I've been checking everywhere. I even was about to contact Klein and see if I could buy a replacement socket. And a representative over there that I've worked with a couple times on the tools, in fact, she sent me this one. And she saw the video and said, "Oh, that's terrible. I'll send you another one." I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." So I was waiting in the wings for a postal delivery of a single socket, and I get another email from her. She said, "I may have sent you something else." So this is what she sent. Of course, here's the, I was going to do this myself. I was going to buy the 7-piece grab and go set and replace my 9/16 socket in there and just have these for spares. She read my mind and sent that off to me. So we know what's going on there. And also, a side note, look at this cool cap. I don't want to be a Klein fanboy, you know. I like Klein. I've used them a lot. But, man, these hats, this may be better than any tools I've ever gotten from. I love a good hat, and this is a quality hat. I know, gushing, sounding like a chump, but anyway, I'll be wearing that one around because I like a good hat. I don't really go for the mesh back, but this is more, and I'll tell you why. I ain't got no hair. So you get the little mesh back and you're out in the sun, you get a little waffle pattern sunburn. This is a little thicker and not quite as nearly as see-through as the other one. It's got a little mesh back on the back part too. But anyway, cool Klein hat. A replacement for my other piece, which that's what I was going to do right there. I was going to buy the 7-piece set and just put in there and have spares because, I'm terrible at losing stuff. It happens all the time. So anyway, the 7-piece grab and go. I didn't expect the rest of the stuff. I was quite shocked, quite surprised. Probably this hammer, the most surprising one. I was like, what? That's a fancy hammer there. I got a 22-piece long ball end hex key set. Now, if you've seen my videos, you know I've got the Weehaw sets. Love them. I've never tried the Klein set of hex keys, but it's also got the T-handle adapter, which, let me tell you, I work on some stuff that is way back in the back. You got to reach down there, and part of the reason I like the Weehaws is they're quite a bit longer. Let me show you. There's the Weehaw set, metrics, so for a comparison. You got an extra inch or so, maybe inch and a half on the largest size, and those come in really handy. The problem is you don't have a T-handle, or I don't have one that matches these up, and you got to kind of put a wrench over the end and get a little more leverage if you need to. So we'll test these out and see, because I got a couple of machines where you've got to loosen the motor mounts to tighten the belts on a big single head bandsaw, and you got to get back in. The metric bolts are way in the back, so this might be a worthwhile set. They may be shorter, but even the T-handle may help out a little bit. So we're going to open that one up and take a look at it here in a moment. I got a lineman's pliers, 8-inch, USA made. Let me see. These are Vietnam, I think. If that matters to you, Klein is a good, reputable product. Yeah, Vietnam made. Get the T-handle in there. There you go. I've got a couple sets of Klein lineman's pliers already, but I will take these out because most of mine are I think they're the 10-inch model, but they might be 8-inch. I'd have to go back and look. I currently use the Knipex high leverage lineman pliers, but we'll try them out. Klein, you can't beat the name. USA made right there. Here's an interesting one, the pliers wrench. I've also got the Knipex pliers wrench, but the Knipex is a flat jaw, no teeth. And this has the 2-in-1 reversible jaw. This is 7. This may be a little smaller than what I could really use effectively, but for smaller stuff, yeah, I think it would work. But I'm interested to try out the reversible jaw there, where you can flip it around and turn it into a pipe style wrench where you can grip pipe and what have you. And then another one I'm really interested to look at here, the Klein heavy duty slim forged Klein curved wire strippers. Now, if you saw my other videos, I talked about the old school Klein with the you know, the stamped body and the foam handles, and I love that thing. I had that one for a long time, but working you know, clipping wire and whatnot, I started getting this pain right in the kind of a carpal tunnel operation, but probably not. But it sure felt painful when I was using them. And then I saw what Tools and Tactics showed these off, and he said these may be greater than the Knipex, so we're going to test that out and see. Taiwanese made, 6 precision holes for stripping, internal spring mechanism. Now this looks similar to the Knipex because you got a lot more needle nose plier type operation up here at the front, and definitely better handles feeling, especially with that curve, give you a little more ergonomic. But again, where the Knipex doesn't, the Klein does have a built-in crimper right down here. So I love that forged wire stripper from Knipex, but you don't have a wire or a wire crimper for your terminators, and if you got one that has both, why not use that, right? That's probably going to be the way we go. Let's open some stuff up, and we'll walk through it step by step. Stand by. Boy, they're making tools harder to get into anymore, aren't they? Clamshells and whatnot. All right, so first up on the list, the Klein Tools 22-piece long ball end hex key set. I do like ball ends sometimes. Sometimes they're a detriment, but most of the time I like them because you can get a little angle. Like I was saying earlier, you got to reach back on those bolts sometimes to loosen these motors, and they're at way back in there. And if you can get a little angle on them, at least get it broke loose, it's so much easier. Now, the T-handle, I've been looking at it, and it looks like it just gotta, you gotta match the right size up in there, which I think that one is it. You can put it in there and lock it. No, maybe not. I'm new at this one, so maybe that's it. Yeah, there we go. Get the right size, then you can get a good handy leverage twist on that thing without having to have a whole set of T-handles in there already. And yeah, so I definitely will try this one out because there are quite a few things that I need to put a wrench on this sometimes and break it loose with. So yeah, that's pretty handy. The little T-handle, genius. That way you got your compact set over here without having the you know, whole set of T-handles in there. And it's probably the same way. SAE goes both in there. I'm seeing the key here. You got to get the one that backs it all the way up to the lock. See, you got enough room in there to this one. All right, now we're in there. Yeah, it's a matter of finding the right notch in there to put your T-handle in and put the Allen wrench in and lock it in there. Oh yeah, might have got one smaller than I needed. All right, well that's a good little setup there. I like that. It's plasticky, so we'll see how it holds up. I mean, it's not supposed to be dropping down the street or nothing, so keep it in your bag and keep it safe without tearing it apart. Swings all the way around. Okay, the Klein Tool 22-piece long end ball hex set. Love it. Love it. Next up, we got the 8-inch lineman pliers, just the straight up 8-inch. Good knurling on the teeth, sharp teeth out of the box. And like I say, I've had a couple of these lineman pliers, and man, they're still going. I keep my Kleins here at the house, and carry my Knipex set, and man, they've not slowed down any. Good sharp cutters. Opens wide. I like I'm a plastic dip kind of guy handle versus the comfort grips, except on my Knipex forged wire strippers, because that's what I was thinking. Man, those ought to keep that pain out of your wrist too. But yeah, these things are so sharp you don't get that pop like you do in the other one. So lineman's pliers, we'll test those out. I got a buddy that's just starting out in the millwright maintenance trade. I may give him some of these. I mean, I got enough sets of lineman's pliers. I'll let him try them out and see what he thinks. Because, his tools are not as extensive as mine. So, the plier wrench. This is interesting right here. So let me see. It looks like you come down with this. That reversible jaw. Anybody use this before? I've heard back and forth on this. So parallel jaws for secure and smooth gripping with nuts, bolts, miscellaneous workpieces. Extra bite if needed. Laser etched. All right, this is made in USA with global components. And I guess I need to learn how to switch it around. It's got to be a... Oh, there it goes. I wasn't all the way back. All right, going to be a learning curve for me. Oh, okay. You got to line it up in the jaw and then work it. All right, well, that's kind of a weird jaw setup. But hey, we'll try it out. I'll try anything once, right? A little smaller than my Knipex pliers wrench in the 10-inch model, but... Okay, once you get down there, it seems to work a lot easier now when you know what you're doing. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, it takes a second, but once you see it, it comes back. All right. They look well built. That jaw loosening, I don't know though. Maybe. We'll try it out and see. That's the pliers wrench. Now the piece de resistance, huh? Let's run them side by side with my Knipex. The Knipex has a little longer reach on the needle nose portion, but that shouldn't be an issue. They do have the little recessed cutting area, kind of like this one. Not as drastic, but still there. Everything looks like it fits up tight. It's got the locking thing, but the crimper, that adds a little section right there that you don't get on the Knipex. So yeah, that may be the carry kit special right there, because I found myself crimping a lot more lately too, and I got the Knipex ferrule crimpers, and they're not good for every other crimp. If you're not doing ferrules, it's tough to get the stuff out of there once you crimp it, because it squishes down in the crimp section and deforms the little plastic insulation. That's all we got up there is the insulated one. So I do like the grip. It feels nice. All right, we'll have to break out some Romex here in a minute and see if we can't test the snipping. Here's another one right here, this hammer. What? I was impressed with this. Now, let's see. Look at the specs. Top milled face striking plate. Smooth face. Demolition wedge. Shock retention grip. I tell you, I've got this one that I carry with me. The Wilton Bash. It's a 2.5 pound. You can see it. It's been through the ringer. I've worked this thing to death. Here's a 3-pounder. It's a little shorter. The reason I got this one originally to fit in my Vito bag that was Which one did I have? I don't know. It was a closed bag, and this fit perfectly. This one would fit even better now. Of course, the width of the head might be a little, but I doubt it. I think I can work with that. But 3 pounds versus 2.5, that's kind of nice. And another thing, you never know you need it till you need it. I've had to bend some, some guard frames and stuff where hitting it with that, you're just knocking out. That might even be a better little option for that right there. So I am definitely going to take that hammer to work, put this thing to the test. Dang cough is killing me. Anyway, back to it. All right, so there's the quick overview. That's what we got. Like I say, I'm going to take this 9/16. That's going right back in this one. I've got me a spare now. Missing a 9/16, but that's okay. And again, big thanks to Klein for sending all this out. We're going to test each one of these one by one, and we'll come back along and show you the progress as we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all have a great one.